the next episode. I'm your host, Shahina, with my co-host, and we are the Skinnabicker.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and make like we didn't record a whole 15 minutes without pressing record, man.
Okay. On brand for us, as always. You think by season 4 we would...
we'd know.
Not... we wouldn't be making these...
Apparently not.
No.
Apparently not.
We are still authentically us. And you can always expect that from us. We are to talk real life kak. Laugh a lot. Swear less. And share insights. That's what we're calling it now.
Look at us go.
Look at us go. And hopefully you're still embarking on this journey with us. So let's get into it. On this episode, we're going to talk about how discipline isn't supposed to be punishment, and how it's not about forcing yourself. It's about keeping the promises you make to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like growing up discipline, I mean, when you think about the word discipline, it's
It
like...
even sounds kak.
You're going to hit me now, my bro. You know? Discipline is lighty.
Yeah.
But I think, just to be clear, the discipline that we're talking about is when we... I don't know, when you set certain goals for yourself, maybe. Me, I'm not a goal setter. I'm not a soccer player. I don't want to score goals. I think for me, it's... I'd really like to do this thing. What is the best way possible for me to get to that point? Is it realistic? Can I remain consistent?
No, consistency is key.
Woo! And it's not easy, especially when you set, I'm going to have to say set a goal, no? When you set a personal goal for yourself, like you were talking about your running.
Yes.
What's happening?
I was telling Nabs, I used to be a runner back in the day before COVID, and I was a malachi, and Nabs can attest to that fact. I used to run a lot. I used to do like a half marathon every weekend, and it was a bit disgusting how obsessed I was. Not disgusting, it was really lekker, guys.
I don't like runners, eh?
Yeah, but I joined a running club, and honestly that kept me accountable, because running is a solitary activity. But joining a running club helps to keep you disciplined, because now you don't want to let people down. So that helps. Community helps.
And then the yellow phase there.
And then, oh yes, they do. Guys, when you join a running club, ask if the mens is getrouwd. Just a pro tip. But staying disciplined is hard. So now I joined a new running club, and I'm doing a couch to 10k, because I obviously haven't run in years. But I'm finding staying disciplined hard. Like, I never want to go. I'm not gonna lie, I never want to go.
Is the running hard?
I just started, so it is difficult, but I can see my time, I'm improving, but I never want to go. I feel good after I've gone, and I come back, I'm like a runner's high, but I never want to go. And when we were not recording earlier, I was saying that it helps for me to put out my running gear ahead of my run.
Why did you start running now?
Because I missed it.
What did you miss? Did you miss running, or did you miss being active in that way?
I just missed being I missed being active. I missed the things my body could do. I missed being fit. Like, I am getting older, and I think
we cuck old, my bro.
I think it is important that we take care of our health. Like, I never really cared about the weight loss. I don't think our goals is ever to really lose weight. We just always wanted to feel fit.
It's not a conversation that we really ever have. Like, for our weight.
For us, it was always about health and fitness.
Sure.
Look what our bodies can do. And I want to feel good in whatever I wear.
100,000%. Yes.
But the discipline I've been struggling with. I started like end of last year running again. And I must admit the discipline has been hard. And I am trying to be kind to myself, and not like a lot of self-hatred or like negative talk with myself.
Beat yourself up about
beat myself up about it. Like, if I don't go to, like, there have been a couple of times where I skipped training because I just didn't smack. And then but then I feel cuck. So I'm like, yo, I should have just gone.
That's hard, eh? That's
Yeah.
hard.
But you don't have that problem.
Yeah.
You go to gym.
I was just gonna say, I don't have a problem with discipline when it comes to gym, and there's so many factors for me in terms of gym, right? So I had this medical condition where I was going to gym. I've always been going to the gym, right? But it didn't look like it. Still don't look like it. Anyway, so with that, I was gaining weight, and there was nothing I could do to lose the weight in terms of physical activity and whatever. Then after that, and this was about 3 years ago, after the procedure, it is not liposuction. After the procedure, going to the gym, I increased the frequency and the type of workouts that I was doing, and immediate results, because my body was now responding to whatever was happening, right? And that, I'm not gonna lie, was amazing for me, because I could see the difference on my body and the results. So it's like when you do something and you see results, it can be anything in this world, you know. That is like really, and for me it was so big, because I was so uncomfortable with my body, Shaina. I was so uncomfortable. Literally, my diaphragm was like, you remember?
I remember.
So that is a major motivating factor for me. But also now what I find is I'm so impressed with what my body can do. Like, people ask me, like, why am I doing a handstand? Why are you doing that?
But why not?
Exactly, because I can.
Why not? And that's what it's always been for us. Why not? Why can't you do a handstand? Why can't I go run 21 kilometers? Why can't we do these things? Because we want to. Purely for the fact that we can and we want to.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is the discipline has to get to the point where I am consistent. Was sort of, I wouldn't say easy for me, but I think because I was so motivated by what was happening to my body, and I could feel my strength, I could feel it, you know, the tangible results, that helps a lot. But now it's really part of my life.
Okay.
It's really part of my life. And I feel, I was saying in our non-recording session as well, the other thing that I'm consistent and disciplined in is my salah.
Yes.
And that also for me, like I said, for the gym and this thing is so personal. It's deep for me. It's so deep, maybe, that it's now entrenched here in my body, and it's easy. But I mean, you don't just wake up one day and like, oh, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know? So it happens over time.
And I think if you decide what's important enough to you, those are the things you need to be disciplined about, because no one's going to do these things for you.
You know, I was actually thinking about a more real life, maybe common example of discipline is a no contact rule. Not rule, but when there's a no contact in place. Killer.
I've been disciplined with no contact before.
Same.
I can be very disciplined with no contact.
It's hard for me though.
I'm not saying it's not hard, but I can be.
So that's the difference.
I can be disciplined with no contact.
So now there's no contact, and I hope that people know what no contact is. Obviously,
like someone that you must not be contacting, like an ex,
or a friend, or
a toxic person,
in your life, and you make the decision, or maybe they decide that, listen, no contact, because it's just better for both of you. And usually it's somebody who's really in your life, right? And then you suddenly now on no contact. It's very hard. But I'm quite disciplined with it.
Yeah.
But that also for me is like, well, how am I so disciplined? Because I fucking spiral, bruh.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, yay, I can't anymore.
We are tornadoes.
But I think always, and that's the thing, right? When you can't anymore, it's your nervous system like, and then being able to just,
Yeah.
and then because when you are calm, you can remain disciplined.
Yeah.
So
So for me, so basically, I mean, for many of us, when discipline is initially introduced to us growing up as a child, it's basically in the form of punishment, because that's what we said. Like you were a child and you're being disciplined, so it's as punishment, as shame, as fear and control. So it's always, discipline normally is a negative thing. We associate it with harsh routines, deprivation, as a way to fix ourselves. Like we don't need to be fixed always. But real discipline is creating structures that supports you. That's what discipline is.
creating structures that support you.
Yeah. It's not supposed to break you. Discipline is never supposed to break you. So even going no contact, that supports you. It's not supposed to break you. Like, I mean, yeah, in the moment, going no
You
contact,
will feel like you're breaking
it
me,
does
bro.
feel cuck, like it's hurting you. Like you feel like you really want to reach out to this person, but in the long term, in the long run, contacting that person is what's actually going to break you, because that's actually what's causing harm. It's that holding on that's causing harm. The letting go is what's actually going to heal you. And self-control basically says you need to override how you feel. And in the non-record session, Nabs was saying that if she doesn't want to do something, she just doesn't do it.
If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. Yeah. So you're saying that our self-control, the self-control in us will say, it doesn't matter if you're feeling cuck now, you have to do this.
Yes.
You know,
Under the guise of discipline, right? Because
that's not discipline. Yeah, it is self-control.
it's self-control.
And I mean, self-control is great in certain instances, but when it's pushing you to do things that could be harmful for you, we must know the difference.
Yeah.
We must know, like my back is not sore anymore, but I can feel that it's not where it needs to be for me to go back to gym. And it's really quite cuck for me, because the time that I usually am at gym, I'm at home and I'm like, yo, I could have been hanging on that thing now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. And when you respect yourself and you know yourself or your body or whatever is happening in your life, maybe you're having a tough day or whatever's happening, we don't know, I don't know what's going on in your life. Self-respect is, I'm taking how I feel into consideration, and maybe later or tomorrow I'll feel better. I'll feel stronger. I'll feel calm. I'll feel however you're going to feel tomorrow, and I can tackle tomorrow. I can go tomorrow.
So also like with the self-control thing, right? So we have the voice saying to us, you must go, you must go, you must go. And then your self-respect is saying, no, you're not okay. Don't do that right now. You can go on another day. But don't let that voice be the constant, like it's okay, you don't need to, because then you are then giving into not being disciplined enough to do this thing that you
need to
set
do.
out to do, that you want to do, you know. It will just lengthen the whole experience. So I don't smile.
Like, I mean, we're not giving ourselves grace to the point of just opting out.
Yeah. But tell me about the align thing.
So we're going to get to that. So where self-control is rigid, you're trying to be a perfectionist, it's all or nothing type of mindset. Self-respect is more flexible, it's more realistic. You giving yourself permission to be human. And self-respect is rooted in what makes me feel steady, what supports my energy, and what aligns with my values.
I love that.
What aligns with my values. So we were speaking earlier about you can give yourself some softness and grace, because maybe that aligns with your values. And Nabs was saying, yeah, but give yourself so much softness and grace that you end up doing
that
nothing,
you don't,
dala. So give yourself so much grace that for months just go by. I don't feel like going. I'm gonna give myself grace, and then you don't end up doing the things. But what if your values is, I need to hold myself accountable because I set a goal. I need to I have integrity. So when I make a promise to myself, I need to keep myself to my promise. That's also a value that you align yourself to.
Exactly. So you've got all of those things, as well as showing yourself grace,
Yeah.
being kind with yourself and soft with yourself.
Yeah.
But then also reminding yourself that, yay, but I said I'm going to do this
Yes.
thing, you know, and then being honest with yourself and saying, no, actually, there's nothing wrong with me. I can actually go
Yeah.
run now. Do you
So
know what
you
I
have
mean?
more than one value. You don't only have that one value where you can be kind to yourself. You have other values that you also need to be aligned to. So yes, give yourself grace, but you also have integrity, you also have accountability, and you also have discipline as a value that you need to be aligned to.
I love this person. This person is so well-rounded.
Very well-rounded.
Wonderful.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a made-up person that's just
Yeah.
full of good qualities. No chaos or messiness at all. Because if your discipline requires self-hatred, that's not sustainable.
And that's so unhealthy. And I mean, I feel so sad for. And that's when it becomes obsessive behavior.
Yeah.
Right? So, say for instance, you're on a diet.
Yeah.
You miss me with that.
Listen with that because
Okay.
I wanna eat all the things.
Anyway, but some people it works for them,
It works
right?
for them.
Okay, cool.
Also,
Now,
I think if it's a short term, it's okay.
I don't know.
I also don't know.
I know
but
nothing about. I don't even. What did we say the other day? We don't know what carbs are.
Yeah.
What are carbs? Anyway, my point is with the diet, for instance, like you on this hard diet now, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. I'm like, yo, but that's not a liquor life, man.
Yeah.
But
maybe-
from my point of
Yeah,
view,
from our
I don't
point of
know
view.
what it's like
Maybe
for
it
this person.
works for that person.
Yeah, but don't you smack chocolate or something? But it's
But
fine.
maybe it works
Yeah,
for them.
it's
I
fine.
really cannot speak for people who are on diet. I cannot, because I can't understand it, because I know if I want to eat, I'm going to eat. Like the only meal I don't eat is breakfast.
But think about the pasame, bro. How disciplined we are.
But yeah, super disciplined.
Yo, bruh.
When people ask me, but don't you at least drink water?
I want to kick them in the pig.
What do you mean don't
Like,
drink?
for how many years have you been asking me this?
No, we don't drink water. No per mouth. Nothing.
So, I mean, discipline definitely exists in our lives. And maybe we can think about, like, for me, I'd like to think about the things that I'm really disciplined in and then say, well done to you, that's very good. And then identify anything that I feel I require more discipline in. I can't think of anything because I can't. I'm joking. There are things I would say, I don't know. I have to think about
There
it.
are a couple of other things I'm disciplined in, but yeah, we can touch on that.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
So what are you saying?
So how do we show up on ordinary days? Because discipline isn't built on motivation, or not on motivation alone. And I know you have thoughts on that.
Yeah, I just, you don't always feel motivated or inspired to do something. Sure, absolutely. I mean, on a Monday when I come from work, I don't want to go to gym. I don't fucking go to gym.
Yeah.
You know, but I think about things. I just think about how liquor it's going to be when I get there, or things like that, right? But so the motivation isn't always there, but we could, in that moment, think about what led us to this decision to want to be doing or wanting to be disciplined in this thing that we're doing, as a source of let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think because it's saying when it's not built, it's built on neutral days, and I think when they say neutral days, I think it means, you know how we say, oh, I'm going to start on Monday, I'm going to start on the first of the month, I'm going to start in the new year. Don't wait for those milestones or those key days.
Okay, so you're saying like let it be a random Thursday.
Let it
and
be a
like,
random day, because now Mondays comes and then you slip up that Monday and now you're like, next Monday, next Monday, next month. You're going to keep putting things off. Start today. Like, don't wait for these special days. Like if you want to start today, start today. If it's a random Tuesday at 3 p.m. and that's the moment you feel you want to start
Yeah.
then. Don't wait to feel inspired or when things are going great or falling apart. Just start. Like I have an example, my example of when I don't feel motivated or inspired. Like I write, okay, and I'm supposed to have a daily writing habit. That means I'm supposed to write whether I have something to write or not, whether I have an idea or not. I show up to that page every single day. I sit down and I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna write today? I don't know. And because I don't plot my writing, I literally sit there and I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen now? And then if I sit there long enough, and when I say long enough, I literally mean like 2 or 3 minutes, something does come.
Yeah.
Something happens. Something happens in our brain and stuff starts happening. And then I write something and then 30 minutes later I have 300-400 words.
And that has become a habit.
And it's a habit.
Yeah.
So if I had to tell myself, oh, I'm only gonna write when I feel inspired, ek gaan mos nooit inspired voel.
And you're never gonna get it done.
And then I'm never gonna get it done ever because I'm waiting to feel inspired.
Yeah, I was just thinking also, right, the reward of being disciplined is amazing,
Yeah.
right? Because sure, when you're doing it and when you're done, like Kasa, I'm not always inspired to make solar. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, I must get up now and I must go make up dust and I must, you know,
Do
all
all
of
the
things.
things.
Especially like when you're at work or, you know, you're just lumming, you're doing
Yeah.
nothing. But I know what it means to me, and how important it is to me. So then I must dala.
Yeah.
I must.
Or
I'm
you're
just-
tired, or you're
Yeah.
busy watching something on Netflix and the dog is rocking and
Yeah. But I mean, there are things that I'll say to myself, like, yay, this can wait.
yeah.
I can press pause.
It's not
here.
going anywhere.
I can do this now. I have to pee anyways. I need to go to the toilet. You know, things like that. So again, I think when you and then it becomes habit. So now gym, praying, things like that are it's habits for me. I just do it. Cannot just do it. You know, there is some like, but yeah, that's interesting. How long does it take for something to become a habit? 21 days.
21 days. Also, when you do these daily habits, that's you actually trusting yourself. That constant follow through
Yeah.
is you trusting
And
yourself.
showing up for yourself, my brother.
And isn't that beautiful?
I think that's so wonderful. So
That you
wonderful.
can trust yourself to do something.
Because think about it, you're not going to be disciplined in something that's harmful to you unless you're doing drugs.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But let's
Like, yeah,
not
let
do drugs.
the habit not be drugs.
Yeah. So when something that you thought about, you wanting to make it part of your life, it's a good thing for you, and now you're disciplined. Now it's not part of your life; it's a habit, and that is amazing.
And not, you literally returning to something that's familiar. And human beings, we are creatures of habit. And it's comforting to us to return to things that we are familiar with.
Absolutely. I was on leave too long. I needed to return to work.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like
Yeah.
I know initially when I had to go back, I think it was the 12th, I didn't want to. But when I was back there, like after the first hour, I was like, oh, this is not all that bad.
I saw the switch go.
I was like, this is not all right. This
Yeah.
is lekker.
No.
I was vibing
Yeah.
after the first hour too. I was like, oh, this is all that. I can dial this. And then, so if your nervous system is dysregulated, okay, we spoke about nervous systems in the last episode, then harsh discipline feels like a threat. Groot woorde nou. So a dysregulated nervous system is going to treat harsh discipline like a threat.
But then I would say that discipline does not need to be harsh, and that
Exactly,
is why.
which is what we're saying. Like, you know, discipline must never feel like a threat. And safe discipline looks like gentle routines. And I think this is what happens when it becomes habit. and it becomes comforting, then your routine is going to start being gentle to you, because it's like, oh, I'm used to this. This is now
Safety.
this is safety. This is just a normal part of my daily life. Like, this is normal to me now. It becomes predictable, which will, I mean, I might sometimes like chaos, but I actually do like structure. And
I enjoy the predictability of my life.
Yes.
Because the world is chaotic, my bro.
Absolutely.
So if I can find that, if I know that it's like I'm in control, means give me a little bit of a sense of control.
A semblance of control, because we know control is an illusion. We know that. But give us like some semblance of control over our lives.
Floats me there, Helman.
Yeah. Compassion when you miss a day, which
we talked about a little bit.
Yeah. Which we do give ourselves.
Yes.
And then I think this is the big one. Start small.
Yes.
Don't
100,000.
bite off more than you can chew.
Because then it's gonna fall flat.
Don't
be a liar.
Jy gaan nou 'n boek skryf in 'n maand, or you're gonna run a half marathon.
Not saying you can't do that. If that's who you are, then by all means, bismillah.
But start small. Go run around the block for the first time.
Especially if you want to be a runner and you've never run a day in your life,
go take a walk.
Stop it, man.
Go walk around
Just
the block. Next day, go walk twice around the block. Then 3, and then maybe.
Because you may not even like it, right? And now you made this big promise to yourself. And you could instead maybe
like
play paddle.
And
enjoy
or
that
you like
more.
Swimming. Or you like cycling.
Yeah.
Or you like high intensity interval training.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we're talking a lot about fitness and whatever, and discipline in our real life. Not to say that fitness is not part of our real lives, but on the daily, discipline on the daily, in terms of maybe it's how you respond to a certain person in your office who really fucking annoys you, and you don't want to be that person anymore. So having the discipline to understand. So when you see this person, you but your eyes.
Maybe you always lash out at them without thinking.
Yeah, like I'll tell you about it, but just to behave better, because you want to be better. You don't want to be
maybe the discipline is when they say something, you walk away instead.
Exactly, that is discipline. That is, so it's not as big as I'm gonna run a 10K at this point, or I'm gonna go to gym 4 times a week or whatever. It can be done in your everyday life. When I think about my kids, for instance, I must have the discipline to let shit go, my bro. I must be disciplined enough not to say exactly what I want to say. Like, you you know what I'm saying? I must have the discipline to just bring myself back.
Yeah. So instead of asking yourself, why can't I just be better? Try instead, what would make this easier to return to?
Oh, I love that.
Because actually, I'm gonna do that because I think I sometimes would ask myself this: why can't I just be better? Why can't I do better? I know I'm asking myself this. What would make this easier to return to? I think that's the question I'm going to ask myself. And then what steps or what things can I put in place to make it easier to return to? I think I'll do that.
I love that.
I think I like that. And then, because every time you show up for yourself, I like this, you build credibility with yourself. You become a credible source.
And then you're like, nah, I'm reliable.
Yes.
I can rely on myself. I can trust myself to do that thing. Oh, that's beautiful.
Like I'm a dala for myself.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's proof you can rely on yourself. It's evidence that you matter to yourself. And it's a quiet form of self-love. Because it's not about productivity. And if your value was integrity, it's integrity with yourself. See how these things all come full circle. Julle
Yeah.
dink ons praat net kak. But
Yeah.
actually, we know what we're talking about.
Do we really though?
Do we?
Jokes. Yeah, no, I love that.
And then redefining success and consistency. Because what does that look like?
Okay, listen to me. Somebody's having a yard party here. If you can hear it, just vibe with it because
We're vibing.
Yeah, man, it's liquor. It's liquor.
So we're talking about redefining success and consistency. And success doesn't mean that you can't miss a day. We've said that. And it's not about being perfect because no one can be perfect, man. You're gonna hurt yourself, baby.
Just let go of that belief, okay?
And it's not about doing everything right, whatever the fuck that means.
I think it's so important to find what works for you, man. Really.
Yeah.
Because imagine I go to the gym now and I see this man now lifting a certain weight and I'm thinking, yo, I also want to dala that. I'm gonna hurt myself, man. Be for real.
No, for sure. Like, I mean, I didn't go run on Tuesday for whatever reason. Kanye and Sononi. Sika migraine, probably. And then I went Thursday.
You went shopping.
Oh, yeah. And I was moeg. So now sometimes when you skip a day, you think it doesn't make a difference, but it actually does make a difference. And then Thursday, I ran a little bit slower than my normal pace. And there were people up ahead of me. And I could have been like, yo, look at them going up ahead of me. I could have felt cuck about it. And I'm like, no, I showed up. That's number one. I showed up. I kept my promise to myself. I'm there. I'm doing my best. I'm doing showing up at my pace, and they showed up for themselves.
Exactly. It's nobody's. I think that there are people who believe that they're in constant competition. I don't know who with. No, I don't know who's the competition with. Don't know what the prize is, but if you just hold yourself accountable and do what is possible for you, then there shouldn't be a reason for me to be asking questions like, yo, why can't I do that and why can't I must be happy and content with my level of effort here, my level of commitment and whatever. But if you know you're taking yourself a cut, you must also be very honest with yourself.
And then when I got home and I looked at my actual stats, my stats were better than my last run. So if I'm in competition with only myself, then I actually beat myself. I beat my last run. So what do I care what they did? So I think that's important to remember. So what success is returning without shame.
Returning without shame.
So I didn't shame myself that.
And the thing is, like, so you didn't shame yourself, but you also think that you're the mensa is going to be like, yo, where were you? Why didn't you come? And you do get those mensa.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, if I'm not at the gym and I go back, and then it'll be like, yo, where have you been? You haven't been around. Then I'll say, my bro, are you here 24/7? Just because you didn't see me when you were here doesn't mean I wasn't here.
Exactly.
But I wasn't here. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there will be people holding you accountable for goodness that they have no business holding you accountable for. You know your limits.
Exactly. Adjusting without quitting. And like I knew I needed to just give myself grace on Tuesday because I was really tired and I'm glad I just took the break. But I didn't quit. I showed up again on Thursday.
Look, I quit in my head a lot, my bro. I'll say, yo, I quit the gym, my bro. Fuck this guy. Especially when I get hurt. And then I just go back.
Yeah.
I resign my job on the daily. And I go back.
Which is no blinking. And choosing again without punishment.
Choosing again without punishment. Yo, that's so important, man. You know, like
so you can quit and then not unquit.
Exactly, like me. Sometimes there's this thing that I really don't want to do anymore, Shaina. I'll talk to you about it.
Okay.
There's this thing that I really don't want to do anymore, but it's hard. It's a very difficult thing, right? So, and I have I've stopped, and then I did, and then I didn't, and then whatever. And every time I find myself doing this thing again, and then I'm like, yo, you're a choke, man. You're a fucking choke. Huh? You're taking yourself for a hat here. Why don't you just stop saying that you're not going to do it? But I really don't want to do it because I know it's harmful, man. Like in the long run, it's like a dumb thing. Don't do that, So without the shame, I'm trying to lose the shame around it, but it's really hard. So I'm gonna have to really find ways of ways not to do this thing because it's really something that I don't want to do anymore.
I think you should keep trying to quit, but just lose the shame part, lose the shame aspect of it.
But then I'm mistaking myself for a gat, man.
No, I don't think you are though. It's nothing.
I will say that I'm much better now because I mean, I'm not even thinking about it, but then it's like a trigger, man. It's like, yay.
I think, okay, so you're trying to stop something, but then you don't, and then you shame yourself because you didn't. Now I think you're going to go of the shame.
Okay, thank you. I'm okay now.
I think you can. Yeah, I fixed the. You see how quiet
I
am,
Done.
Next. So a couple of closing reflections. The discipline really isn't about punishment over you. You see, it's not about punishment. We're gonna let go of that shame. It's devotion to who you are becoming.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
You see,
that's so beautiful. Yeah.
We don't need stricter rules. You need kinder consistency.
Kinder consistency, not just kindness without accountability, without consistency, without effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
ouch.
The devotion to yourself, especially on the days when no one is watching. Because really, who is watching? Except maybe that couple of men there.
Instagram is watching.
Yeah, you see, now I don't post.
Yeah.
So no one knows. No one even knows. No one even knows I'm running.
Yeah. I read this very interesting article about 9 confident qualities that people who don't post on Instagram have. Are you saying that I don't have those qualities because I do post?
What qualities? Give me at least.
Dumb stuff that I have all of that stuff.
So it's true.
No, it's not true.
It's not true.
It's untrue because it's saying that you, as someone who won't post things,
yes,
you possess those qualities. Whereas me, as someone who does post, I don't have that.
But you have the qualities of people who don't post.
Yes.
These BuzzFeed things, they don't know what they're talking about.
For a minute, I was like, yo. Anyway.
And then there are a couple of other things. So before you commit to anything, you do need to ask yourself, does it support your energy? Does it drain it?
But I feel like it can do both on different days.
Okay, fair. Is it realistic for the season you're in?
Yo.
I feel like that's important to ask.
No, absolutely.
Because sometimes before you commit, can you actually take on this thing that because sometimes you really want to do something.
Yeah.
But do you have the capacity for it?
Do you? And you know what? If you're not realistic about whether you have the capacity or not, you will fail, my brother. And I'm not being like a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
I'm merely saying that if, for instance, you say to yourself, I'm gonna run 5Ks every day at 5 o'clock in the evening.
I mean, nah, guys.
Come in, don't be dumb. You don't know what's gonna happen. Something can happen, and you're not gonna do it, and you're not gonna do it, and
you're gonna shame and guilt yourself because now you couldn't maintain.
But the things that are happening is your real life.
Yeah.
It's things that you don't have control over, that you can't predict or whatever. So for me, let me rather say, if I were to say to myself, I'm going to do that every day, that's very dumb of me because I know what my life is like. It would be more realistic for me to say, okay, maybe if I do it at 7 o'clock, but is it okay for me to run at 7 o'clock because will I be back in time for Maghrib? Is it safe for me to do that?
Yeah.
So it's the practicality around the decision that you're making is so important because now because it will just, if you don't take that into account, it's just adding on more things for, nah, but I can't today.
No, you're stressing yourself out.
Exactly.
No, we're not stressing ourselves out. And
Yeah.
then, are you choosing the thing that you're now deciding? Are you choosing this from care and not from guilt and fear? Yeah. So also important to remember. And then,
But do you think guilt and fear can be good motivators?
no, not for me. Y'all can do what y'all want to do.
So say for instance,
I mean,
you did a doctor and the doctor say, nah, I mean, Kaki, you almost have diabetes.
I mean, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
but that
now-
could still be out of care.
Okay, so it's the way we're framing it in our minds.
Yeah.
So I love myself. I don't want diabetes. The doctor said if I do this,
And because I
Then
care about
by
myself
myself.
and my health, I'm going to do this.
it's similar to what you said in the previous episode where we don't use negative words
Yeah.
when we something. Go listen to the episode, then
Yeah.
you'll know. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, we covered a lot of the other things. Small habits you can return to, structure that supports you, flexibility when life happens.
Yeah.
Like not running 5 days in a row, 5 kilometers at 5 a.m.
Your knie, my bro. Your hips.
Showing up when you're not on ordinary days, showing up even when you're not motivated, doing the minimum instead of nothing. Because sometimes
That's important. Like I literally will go to the gym and there's always this one person I see as I walk in, and he's so happy to see me and whatever. And he say, "What are you doing today?" I said, "I don't know, talking to you." He's like, "Okay, cool, you here."
Yeah.
You know, and I'll end up doing stuff, but I'm not lying to myself about. Yo, I'm gonna do this set now and so many reps and whatever. I don't smack, my bro. I don't smack.
resting without needing to earn it.
Jy kan nie heeltyd rest nie.
Okay. But like, I mean,
Okay.
you mustn't always feel like I need to do all of these things before I can rest.
I'm like a sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you
Sure.
can, sometimes you can just rest.
But you know, in my life, that's what I do. I'll say I'm gonna rest when I've cooked the food, the washing is hanging, and the something is done. Then I will rest. But that's almost like saying, not that I've earned the rest, but I will rest better knowing that these things
But
are
I'm
done.
sure there's a couple of things you're like, okay, nah, but that can wait for tomorrow. You're not going to do like a list of 20 things.
Sometimes I do, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I must be better with myself. But you know what? I do take breaks, man. Like I'll just come lay on my bed, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm ready for the
that's
next
okay.
thing. Yeah, so I'm okay.
And then on the days that you miss or you fall off, you know, you have a bit of a wobble.
No shame.
No shame. We don't spiral. We're not tornadoes. You don't start over dramatically because you know, might as well give up and start on Monday.
Okay.
We spoke about that. And you gently return to the next step and you remind yourself consistency is built through returning.
Okay, consistency is built through returning. It's almost like, I'm sure there's something in the Quran that says just like when there's something that you're doing that you're not supposed to be doing, and returning to that place of safety, it means ultimately returning to Him and seeking His forgiveness for that, right?
Returning is the
It's
success.
returning, yeah,
Returning is the success.
returning, and then hoping for better
Yeah.
after every return.
You can always come back. I think that's the comforting thing. That's the hope that you can cling on to. You can always come back.
Just because you slip does not mean
Not you must give up now. It's over.
you're a sinner and you're destined to burn in hell, you know? Yeah.
And I think we've covered.
I mean, I just want to say also, look how disciplined we've been in terms of recording this particular season.
Yeah.
And you were fucking rude to me when I said we wanted to release this. But you weren't rude, I'm talking fact. But
Nah,
you were so
I-
disciplined
Yeah.
in that because you knew that if I were going to just say, yay, let's release, we would have been in so much cack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't
because
smile.
that last season we were
Yeah.
falling over our feet with
Yeah.
releasing it.
It was
haphazard.
bad. It was so bad. And if you
And-
watched all of that and you still here, I love you, my
Yeah.
bro. Like for real.
Y'all are the real ones.
All 5 of you.
Nah, 6 now at least.
Okay, maybe 6.
Okay, 6 of you. So thanks for tuning in. Like, rate, follow, subscribe, share, all the good things. Email us on the skinnabica@gmail.com, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye. Okay, let's